Hi everybody, this is Caroline Sotheby and welcome to Up, Down, and Around Town. Well, if you know us, we've been on this program for many, many years, and came COVID time when this place was closed down. Rich Campbell and myself went out on the streets, so to speak, and got a little footage of what was happening with the businesses especially, and how the City Hall was being run. So it gave us a chance to at least bring Up, Down, Around Town to you at that point. Then eventually things got a little better and we came back into the studio. But I'm giving you that background information because my pal happened to call me last week and said, hey, I got some time. You want me to shoot some video for you? And I said, yeah, okay. Well, he got a couple of things. Right now he's behind the camera. He doesn't want to come on, but he went to the store that we originally had gone to during the COVID time. It was there, and right now he was curious to find out how they're making out. He's got a little video, so let's go to that clip first before we introduce our guests.
So, I just read a great review on Google the other day, and the young lady said that coming into our store is like an adventure, which I had not heard before. Our motto is find your light, because as a high school teacher, I feel like you get in trouble when you don't have anything to do. And there's so much to do and so much stuff to be interested in. And this store is kind of a reflection of how my brain works, which it's not for everyone, because there's a lot going on in here. But we try to have, like I said before, something for everyone, but it's visual in here. It's kind of an adventure. It's a fun place to come visit. There's lots and lots of hidden treasures. And I know we've had several business people come in and go, oh, you have too much stock. You have too much stuff in here. Your profit margins, blah, blah, blah. But I was never in retail, so I'm not really concerned about that. If I'm not having fun and you're not having fun when you come in the store, it's not worth it to me. If my staff isn't having fun when they come to work, none of this would be worth it. So we really try to create a fun, inviting environment. We let tons of teenagers in here. If 5 of them come in at once, they have to leave their backpacks, and we might limit it. But we like the community. We like the kids. Our second year in business, we were one of the biggest kendama distributors in the country, and who saw that coming? So our biggest customers were high-end art buyers and teenage boys. So if that gives you an idea. And at that time, we sold glass and sculptures, but we still cleared our down floor, which you couldn't do now, and we had our first kendama competition, and we've had one every year since. So it's an exciting place to come visit, I think, and I really do think we have something for everyone, and you can challenge me on that one. So yeah.
Okay, I don't know if we have to challenge you, but would you like? Hey, welcome to the show. This is a little different. It was like bringing your store in here at the same time.
I loved it. I hadn't seen the clip, so it was nice to see. I have no idea what I said, but it was good.
It's a surprise. There's no audio in here.
Right. Okay, so you'll have to watch it when you get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I had asked you how long you've been with the store, and you said it's going on 10 years.
It'll be 10 years in March. I have to start planning our 10-year anniversary party.
Okay.
We need to celebrate.
What do you basically do on, say, a week basis? You have to go look for product. Go ahead.
So Bruce was jokingly asking me why, what is the secret to our success? And I said, not knowing how to run a business, basically. And so one of the things that is a challenge for us is that we have a wide range of items. So trying to just keep up on reordering is a challenge because it's hard for me to get rid of anything. And I know that it's maybe bad business, but if I have 2 diehard customers that love something, it like breaks my heart to get rid of it. So I have to restock it, which means it's moving, but
Well, yeah.
yeah.
And there might be another 1 or 2 or 3 that are interested in the same product.
Yeah, and
See?
I fall in love with the things we sell, which I know is not good retail, but it makes it fun. And this week has been getting ready. We just got a phone call that we're going to Tucson again in February. We have a really large supply of crystals, but we are homeschooling now, and Bruce works full time. So that is fun.
Oh, I bet.
It is. It actually is amazing, but it's getting me to realize, wow, we have like 3 pallets of crystals that have to be unpacked. So he's getting his workout, bringing a box of rocks.
My job is boxes of rocks up the stairs. She prices them, bring them down the stairs, put them
Yeah.
out. So I get a workout. I do a lot of steps.
See? How about
Yeah,
that?
and then lots of crystals. It's part of mineralogy is one of our homeschool.
You know what, though? I was at Yakarina about 4 months ago when they had the group
Yeah.
over there. And they do go into that. And they believe in the symbolism of it, the idea that you can get vibes from it. So you have to look into that. And
We weren't, that was not the reason why I went into it. A really close friend is out on Highway 1 in California, and when she found out we had a building, she was like, you need to come out and I'm showing you the ropes. So really,
Oh, really?
everything, she's been a big blessing to us. But they were like, the crystals talk to you and this and that. I'm like, well, I have a physics degree and a mathematics degree. So I don't know about this, but the more and more you're with them, like I was just pricing Chrysocolla yesterday, and it had been a really long day, and you would think doing all this work and pricing and weighing would be more work, but actually I felt better after holding all the stones and looking at them. So many of them are just so beautiful.
What kind do you have, though?
Oh, we have just about everything. Yeah,
really?
I mean, we have a ton. We have
a huge variety.
a lot
Really?
of tektites, which are really interesting, like Columbianites and Moldavite and Libyan desert glass, which there's a great BBC special on Libyan desert glass, which is fascinating.
So Tutankhamun, King Tut, was buried with Libyan desert glass and a scarab. For many, many, many years, they didn't know where this stone had come from. No one really even knew what it was. And then recently, I don't know, 30 years ago, they finally came to some conclusion that it was the Libyan desert glass. And the origins of the glass are unknown to this day.
Really?
Yes.
Possibly from
Hey.
spaceship. No one knows.
Hey, that's the mystery.
It's really interesting. And then going to Tucson is what an amazing experience. Just meeting all the vendors, and now because this will be like our 8th or 9th year that we've gone, you develop a relationship with them, and
Yeah.
so we love our job. And then we also sell kendama. So crystals came. First we did art. I was gonna teach art classes because I love glass bead making and jewelry making and just art in general. And I was done with public school teaching. It was time for me to, being a high school math teacher is the funny, like you work so hard and there's just so little appreciation. And I remember like the first couple months of doing the store, I changed the window or put something in the window and people, oh my gosh, your window is so beautiful. I was like, gosh, I didn't realize I needed so much acknowledgement for my work. But it was so like unimportant compared to like teaching children school. But hey, whatever. I'll take what I can get. I'll change my window.
So what was your background?
Oh, I still teach at the same high school that she retired from. I have an English degree.
Okay.
So I teach 11th grade high school English currently.
right.
Yeah. So I was at school today. And
Got a
we'll,
phone call.
we'll be there tomorrow.
Can you be home by 5? You gotta
But
be at
apparently, he gets satisfaction from teaching English where you didn't with math.
it was
They're
yeah, it was time for me to
vastly
move on.
different subjects.
Yes,
Yeah.
vastly different. And I had taken a class in Toledo, and there wasn't really a lot going on in this area, which right now we have the Wyandotte Art Glass Center, which teaches lamp working, which is amazing because that's actually what we were going to do when we started. But then it was going to be like $30,000 for the ventilation, and that wasn't going to.
Oh, okay.
But I came home from a class, and this is how it all started, is Karen, who owned the Biddle Gallery, my brother had been in there as an artist, and she would always joke to my mom, like, you should buy the gallery, you should buy the gallery. My mom was like, no, no, no. And I came home, and we had a bottle of wine, and talking, and I said, I really hate having to drive to Toledo or this, and he goes, why don't we buy that building, and you put a glass studio? And it was like,
Bing.
it's never, and I was like, you're right. And then it was a holiday weekend, so I couldn't get to see Karen, and I was just like, and then all those master's degrees that I got really helped, because getting an SBA loan was no joke. That was a lot of work, but we did it.
Yeah.
And then now we're here, so it's been an adventure.
And going on 10 years, and,
Yeah.
and you have your bedroom and house
We live
all
upstairs,
on
yeah.
the same. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a 9-year-old, and we were just joking, like, it's kind of hard, like when you see backyards and kids playing outside, like,
Yeah.
we don't have that. I mean, we have access to it, of course, but I just looked at an old video of him going to Saunders, and he gets peanut butter cups, and I believe it's Tim or Tom that owns Saunders, and when we walk in, he already has it
See?
ready for Finn, you know, like, here you go, kid. So it's a
And-
different,
Yeah.
If we go to Nana's Kitchen, they know what his regular is, his usual,
the usual.
which became the unusual, which was
Yes.
2 orders of things, and now that's the usual.
Yeah, the
See?
one time the babysitter took him, and she went, oh, I'll have chocolate milk, and the waitress went, no, he only gets water. He only drinks water. She's like, oh.
Well, those are your neighbors.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly.
It's different because it's business neighbors, but with them knowing you and the little one,
Absolutely.
yeah, you feel comfortable. It's, okay, go on, take care.
And
of it.
it's nice, like, we sell kendama, and we sell a ton of toys, which we didn't plan on selling kendama, which was also another huge, because I was still teaching when we opened the business, and a character, Kyle Turner, was like, you should carry kendama. I was like, what is this kendama? Okay. And I knew what kendama was, because in Melvindale it was huge. And so we got this one little table with, I bought $200 worth of kendama. And within a year, we were like the 3rd largest seller of kendama in the
Really?
country. It was nuts, not expected. Like, we cleared all the art out and had a kendama tournament, which I think I talked about in the clip. But it was amazing, and we still have one every year. And so
Yeah.
this community that doesn't, if you're not into kendama, you might not get it, but in the kendama community, the
So-
Wyandotte Kendama tournament is epic, and
Yeah,
it's so much
it's,
fun.
It's the 2nd longest running kendama tournament in the country, in North America, and the 2nd or 3rd largest in North America to this day. And it's right here in Wyandotte every
Yeah.
spring.
Really?
And so
Yes.
we had these kids coming. They were like 9, 10 years old. Well, now they're like in their 20s almost, and it's just been really neat to see our customers grow,
Yeah.
because they started out young, and now they're
Now they're professionals.
traveling. They are professionals. Yeah, Cam Herrera. That's a great story.
Yeah.
So we, the day before we were opening, we're walking, and we had the paper on the windows, and there's a kid playing a kendama on the corner.
you wanna-
Cam Herrera.
You better have a
You can.
Do you
visual
have
aid.
one?
There you go.
This
There's your
is the-
visual aid.
Well, you do the kendama. He's the kendama master. But so this kid's playing kendama. I'm like, Bruce, you gotta go talk to him. Go talk to that kid. He's playing kendama. And he said, hey, you got a kendama? And at that time, still a lot
Nobody
of people
knew what they
don't
were.
know what a kendama is. And he's like, yeah, where do you live? He's like, right there. He's like, we're gonna sell kendama at that store. And that kid is now a young man, an adult, and he's a pro for It's Sweet.
So he
really?
gets paid to play.
Yeah,
He's a professional
He's
player.
a professional kendama
He's
player.
out here in the Wyandotte streets all the time and at the park.
Sometimes
Well,
wears a
you probably
Pokemon
seen
hat.
the only time I saw that was about 4 or 5 months ago. I was parked in the, Van Alstyne parking lot. And I'm looking at them, and they're walking down the street, and I'm looking and say, wow. So they have competition then.
Yes.
Yeah. You'll have to come. You should do a piece on that.
You could
for
come
sure.
and do a show. There's professional players that come from all over the country to
Yeah.
Wyandotte just to play here.
Yeah.
Because we have the caliber of player we have, all these professionals that come from all these different companies to play here and compete against the other professionals.
Well, where did it originally start?
It's a Japanese skill toy. It's over 100
Yeah.
years old.
So Ian Voss knew Kyle, who is this is like the core, the seed of where Kendama started in Michigan. Was Ian Voss was an inline skater, and he was watching videos on rollerblading. Right?
Rollerblading, yeah.
Rollerblading, and there was a Japanese inline skater, and there were people playing kendama in the background, and he was like, "What is that?" And then he ordered one. Then him and Kyle Turner worked at a movie theater together, so Kyle started playing it, and then they came to Melvindale High School and they'd play it in the hallway, and it
Took off like
boomed.
wildfire.
And it is pretty addictive. We can get your camera guy to do it if he wants, but it's just enough of a challenge that when you get it, everyone has the same, like, oh, I got it. And then,
Well, how did they get a point system on it? Hey,
It's like-
it's your chance.
I know, there you go.
It's like a game
He knew this was going to
of
happen.
pig or horse. If you're playing basketball, you have to make a shot.
Yeah.
And the next person has to match the shot, right? So if you don't match the shot, you get P if you're playing a game of pig. So it's the same thing with kendama. If I get the big cup and you miss the big cup, you get a K against you. And then if you do a trick that I don't get, I get a K against me, and back and forth until first person that gets Ken loses. So K-E-N.
Oh, so
it's a game of
you're
Ken.
in deficit at the very beginning until.
Yes.
Okay.
So there's the big cup, small cup, base cup, and spike.
But what these guys do is
But the tricks, there's
Phenomenal. Do you ever
stall
practice it?
tricks.
Do you practice with that though?
Yes, I do. I've
Just
taken on
about every
vacation.
day.
I take a new one. Normally, if we have a big vacation, I'll take a new one with me. And,
Oh, yeah?
reading
and
my book. Here, play it and you can hear it's click,
play
click,
a new
click,
one.
go
And
away.
each year, I get a little bit better. And I'll take them in places as far-flung as Mexico, and people, what is that? So
Yeah.
I was in Mexico one time, and I was in a T-shirt shop, and the father and son who ran the T-shirt shop asked, what is that? And so I started demonstrating some tricks, and not all that, just good tricks, not all that complicated. And they started saying, "Oh, bueno, bueno, bueno," and they got really excited. Next thing I know, I had a crowd of people around me, and I was showing them, and they gave me a Mexican wooden toy called a bolero. It's a little simpler than this, but I still have it. I collect these wooden toys now.
See how you start with
Who
one
knew?
and
Who knew?
advance. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all happened very organically. So
We never know what we're going to have on the shelf next. whatever fancies us.
yeah.
So
if-
people have to come and look in your place. And
It's hard to
find something.
describe. When someone says, well, do you want to set up a booth or what do you sell? It's like, ugh, what? We sell a lot
What
of
don't we
stuff.
sell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We try to have something for everyone.
All ages, all price points.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we have like the teeniest thing. We have little girls. We had this one little girl, the cutest. She came in with her little purse. She was probably 2.5 years old, and she had potty money that she wanted to come spend at Clovis.
Okay.
Dude, I was like, oh my God, it's the cutest thing ever. And we have
What's
like, if
potty
there's
money?
talk to a 2-year-old, they'll tell you all about it. But if there's a half day, like grandparents will bring in these little kids have been great for our business because they'll bring in grandma and grandpa and they go, oh, you have Nora Fleming and you have tea and you have, we have
Home
a
goods
lot of
and
other
wall
things.
hangings.
We used to have yarn. I would love to still carry yarn, but we just don't have room anymore. So
And you can't add on.
I know, I would love to.
If you've been in there, all the surfaces are covered, and the
Well,
ceiling.
I can tell
the
because
ce-
Rich pretty covered.
Yeah,
Most
so
of
we
it.
have to retire one thing to move in another item.
Yeah,
Yeah. But that keeps you going.
exactly.
does.
Never a dull moment. Like
Okay.
Rich showing up yesterday at 1:20 and saying, "Do you want to be on TV?" I'm like, "What?"
Then
Let's
he
do
called
it.
you back and said,
Let's go.
Hey, I asked her, you want it? Now, well, sure. Okay. Hey, okay, for people that say, all right, where's the place and what are the hours?
So we're right on Biddle, just south of 7-Eleven between Chestnut and Oak on the west side. We are open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday. It's 10 to 8. And then on Sundays, 11, usually 11 to 4, but 11 to 6
In the summer.
In the summer, and also holidays, we sometimes extend
Yeah.
hours, but it gets long during the holidays, so.
Yeah. I hope you have help, though.
Oh yeah, we have excellent staff.
We have a great
Excellent
staff.
staff.
We couldn't do it without them.
No, not at all. They are wonderful, and customers always come first. So you can look at our reviews. I never take down any review, and I don't ever solicit them. So just so I can
Feel it's an
know, like,
honest review.
what do people think of us?
Well-
And so you can look at the reviews. There are some rough ones, but 99% of them talk about how wonderful our staff is. And so when you come in, I think that's the bit that
Yeah.
we try to help. And we have lots of male shoppers, which I know a lot of men don't shop, but they need to get gifts for their loved ones, and they struggle, and they come in, and we have a couple guys on staff now, and they just help you find stuff. So
Okay. And for your type of store, it's appropriate because they come in not knowing what they want to actually give.
Right, they need
and by
help.
able to look around, something's going to pop.
yeah,
And say,
most
"Hey."
people aren't used to taking help, so we let them walk around for 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we usually circle back around like, you need any help now?
Well, actually, yeah, I'm kind of looking for a gift for my
Yeah.
wife, and
Yeah. Okay, well, what is she into, you know? And then we can kind of crack the nut, because you're usually there for something, and we do have a lot. It can be overwhelming. And on Google, you can look up like the average time a customer spends in our store, and it's around 45 minutes.
Okay.
So
So they're
plan-
looking.
Oh,
there's a
yeah.
lot of stuff to look at. So a lot
Yeah.
of people come in and they say, "Oh my gosh, I have to get rid of my kids or my husband and come back."
Well, yeah.
But we have a beautiful kids area with a play table and lots of beautiful books, and so we try to make it easy for
Okay.
for parents. And I know this, as a school teacher, I booked our vacation at realizing Christmas is on a Saturday, but schools don't close until like Wednesday or Thursday, so we'll hopefully probably extend some hours right up before then, because I know for most school teachers that's going to be really tough to
Okay.
get everything in before the holidays. There's a small window this year.
You know, you happen to mention about art, and similar to the art, 81 Chestnut Street, I usually say that, even if it's a DCA. They had something there. They started 2 weeks ago, and when Rich had called me, I said if he wanted to go Sunday, they had what they call a demonstration from 12 to 4. And that was his first stop before he went into you. So can we put that segment on, since he went through the effort of doing all the work?
The DCA one?
The Creative Arts Society is a combination of two groups. We put together Art Ambiance Group along with the Downriver Arts and Crafts Guild to create a new group, and we have two major shows a year. The present show is Fall Festival of the Arts, and we invite all people to come. It is a juried show, which makes it different from all other shows because you have to be accepted into the show. The spring show is Art Ambiance, and this year it will be our 34th year of this show to create to the public. The Creative Arts Society promotes and encourages growth of all artists in all artistic mediums, and we believe in educating our own group. And having workshops like this is one way that we can offer our group a low-cost workshop. We also believe in educating others, and we have a scholarship fund that we work on throughout the year so that we can send a high school senior, help them through school by offering a scholarship to them. It's a nonprofit educational art group made up of a group of artists from beginners to award-winning visual artists. Our purpose is to promote and encourage growth of the individual artists from the beginner to the advanced artist, and we also make sure that they know about all the classes and workshops in the area and all the art venues. Our meetings are the second Tuesday of the month at Southgate Veterans Memorial Library, and each month we have someone come in and do an art demonstration. We offer a day of art demonstrations during these shows that we have to explore creative new techniques.
Being a member of the Creative Arts Society has been very, very helpful. Since I am a new artist, I am able to meet with so many well-informed artists, individuals who are very experienced in art, and it has really helped me expand my creative abilities. One of the driving forces that got me involved in the Creative Arts Society is a scholarship fund that is available to high school students from the Downriver area. There are 29 different areas, 29 different communities that we focus on to let students who are interested in art to pursue that as a career in their high school senior year, and they can apply for a scholarship to help them in their educational pursuits. And you can actually go to the website, that's creativeartsociety.org, and fill out an application form and submit your art if you are a high school student or a first-year college student. Feel free to contact us that way, and it is a wonderful organization that gives big support to people pursuing art as a career.
Okay, you got something to tell the people?
On October 29th, we have a special Witches Day Out, and it's going to be in downtown Wyandotte. You can go to Shop the Dot on Facebook to get more information on which stores are participating, but we have fancy bags, which is a Wyandotte bags that we're going to give away, and if you come in dressed as a witch, you get 20% off.
Oh, okay.
So,
Where can they get
Okay.
the bags?
at Glowfish Studios, yeah.
I hope you enjoy this. Take care. We'll see you next time on Up, Down, and Around Town.